Welcome to Car Flash, your ultimate source for in-depth car reviews where performance meets passion and every detail matters. Today, we're taking a closer look at a name that's made a bold return, reimagined for a new era, the 2025 Dodge Neon SRT4. Yes, the SRT badge is back on the Neon. And it's not just a nostalgic gimmick. Dodge has taken its compact roots and turbocharged them into something special. So, buckle up as we dive into the complete breakdown of what this modern-day pocket rocket brings to the table. Exterior. From the very first glance, the 2025 Neon SRT4 announces its presence with an aggressive front fascia that refuses to play it safe. The familiar neon silhouette is there, but with a muscular edge. The headlights have been narrowed into piercing LED projectors, flanked by functional air inlets that aren't just for show. They feed cool air to the intercooler and front brakes. The blacked-out grille wears the red SRT badge proudly, sitting just above a deep front splitter that hints at track-ready intentions. Dodge has incorporated subtle aerodynamic elements like sculpted hood vents that both cool and reduce front-end lift. Everything about the front end says speed. A controlled, calculated speed move along the side, and the SRT4 profile maintains a compact, athletic form factor. You'll notice the wider fenders that house sticky 18-inch performance tires wrapped around lightweight aluminum wheels, available in a gunmetal finish that contrasts beautifully with the available paint options, including the eye-popping Furious Red and Midnight Storm Metallic. The side skirts are sculpted to channel air more effectively, and small SRT badges are tastefully placed just behind the front fenders. The lower ride height compared to the standard Neon makes it obvious this isn't your average daily driver. The short wheelbase combined with the stiffer sport-tuned suspension gives the car a planted stance, ready to pounce at a moment's notice. Around back, the design is just as focused. The 2025 Neon SRT4 rear end features a prominent diffuser integrated into the rear bumper, flanked by dual polished exhaust tips that growl with authority when you fire it up. The LED taillights wrap cleanly around the rear corners and give the car a sharp, modern look while paying homage to the classic Neon shape. A subtle trunk lid spoiler adds just the right amount of downforce without being over the top. Dodge's designers clearly aimed to strike a balance between aggression and refinement, and they nailed it. This is a compact sedan that looks ready for the track, yet doesn't overdo the boy racer vibe. Interior. Step inside, and the cabin of the 2025 SRT4 continues the story of performance-focused refinement. The driver's seat is the focal point. A heavily bolstered, suede-trimmed sport seats grip you in place during hard cornering, yet remain surprisingly comfortable for everyday use. Red contrast stitching runs across the seats, steering wheel, and gear shifter, adding just the right amount of visual drama. Dodge has kept analog dials alive here, but supplemented them with a customizable 7-inch digital driver display that provides all the vital performance info. A boost pressure, lap times, G-forces right at your fingertips. The center console features Dodge's latest Uconnect infotainment system on an 8.4-inch touchscreen, with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. It's fast, intuitive, and seamlessly integrated into the dashboard. Below the screen, you'll find physical knobs for climate control, a blessing for anyone who prefers tactile feedback. A flat-bottomed steering wheel, aluminium pedals, and a short-throw 6-speed manual gear lever. Yes, manual is still here. Round out the driver-focused cockpit. There's even a launch control button discreetly tucked under the center stack, because why not? Rear seat space remains decent for a compact, with the same suede treatment and red stitching carrying over. Trunk space is surprisingly generous for a performance sedan of this size, making the Neon SRT4 a legitimate contender for the fun and functional daily driver crown. The interior might not be luxury grade, but it's thoughtfully designed, purpose-built, and definitely engaging for anyone who cares about driving. Now let's talk performance at the soul of the SRT4. Under the hood sits a 2.0-litre turbocharged inline-4 engine that cranks out 280 horsepower and 295 pounds-to-feet of torque. That might not sound monstrous in 2025's performance landscape, but keep in mind this car weighs in under 3,100 pounds. The power-to-weight ratio gives it surprising acceleration. A 0 to 60 miles per hour comes in just 5.3 seconds. The turbo spools quickly with minimal lag, and the torque hits hard from just over 2,000 RPM. Power delivery is linear and confident, giving you plenty of flexibility whether you're blasting down a straight or carving up a canyon road. The 6-speed manual transmission is a joy. Throws are short and satisfying, and clutch engagement is precise without being punishing. For those who prefer an automatic, there's an optional dual-clutch 7-speed unit, but purists will likely stick to the manual. It's the truest way to connect with what this car offers. The front-wheel drive setup might raise eyebrows, but Dodge's engineers have included a mechanical limited slip differential and advanced traction control settings that keep torque steer in check. With the included SRT performance package, you get adaptive dampers, upgraded Brembo brakes, and track-ready tires, turning the Neon SRT4 into a serious backroad weapon. Handling is sharp, responsive, and confidence-inspiring. There's just the right amount of steering weight, and the chassis communicates well without feeling harsh. Around town, the ride is firm but not punishing. At speed, it's composed and eager. It might not have the finesse of some rear-wheel drive competitors, but it more than makes up for it with raw enthusiasm and tuning precision. This car doesn't try to be something it's not. It leans into its hot hatch roots, but with a grown-up edge. In terms of pricing, Dodge has kept things accessible. The base Neon SRT4 starts at $31,995, positioning it competitively against rivals like the Honda Civic Si, Hyundai Elantra N, and even the Subaru WRX. Fully loaded with the performance package, premium audio, and upgraded interior materials, you're looking at around $36,500. Considering the performance, build quality, and everyday usability, that's a solid value proposition in today's market. And with the current trend of EVs and hybrids taking over, having a gasoline-powered performance compact like this feels refreshingly raw and authentic. As for fuel economy, the manual version returns an EPA-rated 23 miles per gallon city and 32 miles per gallon highway, while the automatic does slightly better in daily driving scenarios. Not bad at all for a turbocharged performance car, especially one that still invites spirited driving. So, what's the verdict on the 2025 Dodge Neon SRT4? It's more than a revival of a name. It's a statement. A compact sports sedan that delivers excitement without breaking the bank, and a reminder that there's still room in the world for cars built for drivers. It's sharp, quick, and loud in all the right ways. Dodge didn't just bring the Neon back, they gave it a purpose, and it delivers. Thanks for riding along with Car Flash. If you enjoyed this deep dive review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a new video. Drop a comment below. Would you take the SRT4 over its rivals? Until next time, keep your foot down and your eyes on the road.